Now everything is fine. Everything is good and golden, and boom.
Rex says to leave it. Well, I have different ones, so.
All the ones. That's not how to wear a bra, Pickle. A uniboob? Uniboob bra.
Eye patch. You know? Fabric cup. I don't know how cups work, though. Because I don't have a penis.
Oh. I don't think I've ever actually worn one.
Jockstrap? I mean...
Yeah, no.
For a midget?
I don't do sports.
You drink out of them. That's what you do.
True.
Yeah. You want MRSA? That's how you get MRSA. No, I use them for the hospital.
Elapsed time to penis mentioned 2 minutes and 32 seconds.
Oh no, we didn't even get past pre-stream. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
penises before this started. Yeah, no. Start over though. Pretend it didn't happen. We'll start now.
Yeah.
We totally didn't.
Yep. Totally. I mean.
Okay, so what do we talk about now?
I don't know. We've already hit penis.
That's all I got. That's all I got. So, I found out that they are doing another BioShock.
Oh, really?
Yes. And I'm not sure yet if they haven't released where it's going to be based out of, if it's going to be underwater or in the sky, or if it's going to be its own thing, like in space.
Oh, God.
Oh. Yeah.
We've already hit penis, is what she said. It's true.
We've already gone full penis. But yeah, so I'm really excited for that. Hoping they will announce at E3 a remake of Resident Evil 3, but that might not be for a couple years.
In June, yes.
Is that when E3 is? June?
Yeah.
I was saying, it's usually halfway through the year, because then most stuff gets released in January. At least that's how Capcom works with their shit. Have you heard anything on Kojima's Death Stranding? Yeah.
Only that it looks weird.
Release that like this year.
We've gone full penis. Is also what she said. No, Kojima's stuff is, other than it's got Norman Reedus and it's got like babies and mouths, I got nothing. It's just weird.
Yeah, it's a weird one. I mean, they didn't really release anything definitive outside of the baby thing. So it's kind of like, what kind of game is it going to be? Is it just going to be him shitting out babies or what?
Right.
I mean, all to be fair.
That's what it's called. The one game that looks fucking crazy is Atomic Heart. Got a very BioShock feel to it.
Oh yeah, Atomic Hearts. I think we talked about that the last podcast about.
Did we?
That one's an exciting one. I really want to play it.
You guys haven't? Here we go. I'll do.
It's got like a BioShock Fallout kind of mix.
Yeah.
And then there was the one that you showed me where it was very Fallout.
Interesting theory on that game that I can link you to. On BioShock games, an interesting theory, like how they're all connected or something.
Oh, I've seen a video on that, and it's a really good. It's really cool. It's actually really interesting. I don't remember who came up with it though.
This is the trailer, the official trailer for Atomic Heart. I'm gonna slap it down here in the other box.
Yeah, I really want to play that game. I don't remember if it was single player or multiplayer. I think it was only single player.
I think it's gonna be single player. Oh my god, resize properly.
I would like for
OBS is just gonna freak out for a second.
Them to come out with a multiplayer Subnautica. That'd be cool. Do you recreate C-Lab 2021?
Like an official one other than the mod?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't tried the mod yet, have you?
I have not. I don't even own the game, so...
Huh?
Yeah.
You've never played Subnautica?
I feel like I have from watching Abstra do it. So,
You're living vicariously through it.
Exactly, yeah.
Fair enough.
So this is the trailer for Atomic Heart. Jesus, that sounds kind of loud, but...
Oh, he's talking about Death Stranding.
Death Stranding, okay. Obviously, looks like it's kind of in Russia. I think that was Russian when I saw that sign. But there's just... like... what? This game is so fucking trippy. What the fuck?
There's a lot to it. But it's got like, yeah, it's got like a Bioshock Fallout kind of theme. It's really weird. Like the way you build weapons or you use weapons, it's got the Bioshock like style to it. I'm looking forward to Doom Eternal, I think is what it's called. The new Doom.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
Just looking at this trailer and just seeing like the weirdness and the craziness of it, if it's a little, if they take care of the bugs and things like that, I'm gonna call it right now, Game of the Year.
Definitely. I just love that it's just got so much to it. It's not your in-box game. It's really, they've really thought out of the box for it. Like there's so many elements.
Yeah.
And there's so much weird. Like that's the
beyond
thing
weird. I
think a lot of game developers are kind of steering away from the weird.
Whoops.
I feel like they're going more, conservative.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I want weird. Like I want to be like, wow, this is fucking weird. Like this is weird.
That was the wrong one. I hit the wrong button.
Space Engineers comes out early access?
It does.
I thought it was.
No, it's been in beta for a little while now.
Oh, yeah, that game gives me really bad vertigo.
I think we'll probably be playing it for a bit. Or at least do a stream of it. The game is hard to stream. Hey, Mini Chibi. God, my elbow's itchy. Like it's hard to stream because it's just not very exciting to watch. It might be
like
fun
Minecraft.
to play, yeah, but in space.
But in space.
Like I think we'll do one stream of it, and we might do like a goal. Like our goal is to make a shitty spacecraft and reach that planet. Like that'll be the stream. That's like as good as you can get, I think.
Well, I mean, that's how I feel about a lot of games where you build. I feel like if you don't do things outside of building, it's boring.
Yeah.
So like the forest, I try to do a little bit of building, but I also try to dive into caves and do other stuff so that it's not just, hey, I'm building a treehouse, and then, hey, I just blew up the treehouse.
Right.
Carduel actually blew it up, but not me. It wasn't me.
Carduel. Carduel, I need more RAM and video card. Actually, just a new PC. Let's see here. Just trying to.
Not him, and he's sticking to it.
Jay needs a new video card with a working fan. The Space Engineers diddle before Zod. Diddy has arrived. Alright, so this video is like 9 minutes long, so it's definitely a watch later, but it can at least link it from like around last E3. Don't think anyone knows anymore since then.
Yeah, I know, like E3 it was really like
7 things
really
we're starting
weird
to understand, we think. Maybe? It's a great title for a video.
I would like to see Konami let Kojima finish Silent Hills. From what I watched on the demo, I never got to download the demo myself. I was late to the party. But from what I've seen,
Silent Hill or the
amazing. It was Silent Hills is what it was called, and it was the last one, or the most recent one they were gonna make, and it had Norman Reedus in it.
Oh.
But there was something.
The fuck. It had like a name, like a PT. Yeah, PT playtest or whatever. That's right.
Yeah, and so It was kind of like Resident Evil 7, where you could play like the first, like a small section of it.
Right.
Playable
teaser.
Super terrifying, and it would have made good money.
Oh yeah.
Look, Konami.
Speaking of terrifying. Oh, I need to confirm Major Papercut as a friend. That's not what's terrifying.
That is. How long has he been trying to be your friend?
Since last night. On Steam, anyways. Where's my wish list on Steam? Let me take a look at this. There's a game I think that was actually just released. Yeah. 2 days ago called Pacify. It's $5.
I think that's what Ostrich was telling me about. He was telling me about a game.
Yeah, it's pretty much Damned, but where you just play like it's like a hybrid between Mary and the girl from The Ring, like.
Oh.
And looks creepy as fuck. And it's
You're
the
gonna make me play it, aren't you? Like
the 4v1 kind of thing, I think.
You're gonna make me do it again.
Oh, absolutely.
He makes me play bad games.
Oh my god.
I think you guys just like you guys enjoy my suffering.
Jesus Christ. Like, I'm just watching some of the videos. Oh my god. Oh, Lego's gonna rage quit this game so hard because it has some pop-up jump scare things.
In the stream. I want other people to see it.
Okay, let's see here. We'll do this first video here.
Oh, speaking of Major Papercut.
Hey, Major Papercut!
He's avoiding your friendship. He just
I just accepted it. Oh my god. Okay, pause that. Let me bring up the thing here again. Alright,
so... Legos. Yeah, Lego will love it, though. You know how much he loves...
Jump scares? Yeah, no.
He loves his games. He loves them.
Let's see here. You know what would be a good game if Microsoft didn't scrap it? Scalebound? Really?
I've never heard of it.
I haven't either. Demand
I don't know why
everybody
enjoys watching me play the horror games because I scream so wretchedly. And
so this game came out 2 days ago on Steam. It's called Pacify. Reminds me so much of Damned, but with just Jesus Christ. From the makers of Emily Wants to Play. This must be Emily.
I just watched it on the stream and I'm like, oh, I already don't like this.
It's like little dolls everywhere. What the hell? Play with friends!
You don't wanna...
Or against them! Or play alone.
No, shit, fuck no.
Oh my god.
Could you imagine alone? That's like Monster. Why are there babies running? Why are there babies running? No! No!
Oh my god.
No! 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 No!
Jesus Christ. The darkness is waiting for you.
No!
Pacify.
I don't think I like this game either. I don't like it.
So yeah, that's Pacify. That's Y'all Scalebound would have come out in like 2013 or 2014. Really?
There was a game that was made very similar to Silent Hill that it was a bundle for PlayStation at one point. The Evil Within.
Oh, yeah.
That one was a short-lived game. I never played it because
come out with a second one?
I don't know. They might have.
I think they did.
I never played it because it scared the absolute piss out of me.
Evil Within 2 is a thing. Is there gonna be a 3? There's a trailer for 3, so apparently it's an ongoing series.
Yeah, it seemed like it was short-lived though. Like it didn't get a lot of hype for a minute. It got like hype for a... Yeah.
You have addiction playing that? Fantastic Scarebit?
I don't want to.
What are other games that are on my wish list? This is my wish list, guys.
I don't want to be dragged into more spooky.
Oh, this is Fantasy Grounds, Pickle. This is the this is one of the things where we can do like D&D online. Back in my day, we used pen and paper. We traveled fantastic lands. Jesus, that's loud. Memorizing every detail. We rolled dice. By the bucket load.
Yeah, why do you roll so many?
It all depends on the situation. Jesus.
Why would you need like 20 die for one situation? What kind of shenanigans did you get into to need 20 die?
Drew maps by hand. Tried to find the right minis. We shared evocative images.
Oh, I was thinking like nude.
No.
Not.
That's provocative.
I know.
3G. Recorded it all, or made one player keep inventory.
Yeah, I haven't bought any of the books or anything. I have died. I haven't bought any of the books or any of the things.
Magic items.
I need to, though.
Man.
Need to.
Most importantly, we came back again and again. Tell the stories together. It's true. Like, it's $40. Prep less, play more. So,
you're paying for the convenience of not having to, like, rush it.
Pretty much. But
I mean, you can do that on stream. Like, you could do a D&D game on stream.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I just don't know how.
4-pack is $120. But I mean, you get one for free, so it's yeah.
Can you go outside, honey?
No,
yeah.
I just peed.
If something recommends a D3, I just roll a D6. 4 equals 1, 5 equals 2, 6 equals 3. Could do that.
But why would you need a whole handful? Like, give me a situation where it would require 4 or more die.
Say you're doing like a massive AoE attack on a ton of enemies. Like you're throwing a fireball and you're hitting 15 of them. You gotta roll damage for each one, so you roll 15 die for each monster to see how much you hit them for.
You need 15 die per monster?
Yeah, I mean, you could do one at a time if you really wanted to, or you could roll 15 at once and say, okay, this is how I did my damage.
Okay, so you have 15 monsters, and you gotta damage all of them, so you do 15 die total?
No, 1 die per monster, but you roll 15 at the same time because there's 15 monsters, so...
That's what I mean, yeah. So it's not 15 per monster, though.
No, 1 per.
Gotcha.
Like, that's just an example. It could be more,
okay,
but...
so that makes sense. So if you have multiple enemies that you have to, you have to murk, you do 1 die for each one.
Scalebound. Cancelled.
Here we go.
Ha-ha!
Aha! Ta-da!
Now the only thing that isn't working...
Oh, great.
...is my stream PC's audio. I don't know why it's not doing things. What's a long thing? That one's nice and long. Ow. Okay, so that worked. What if I do... That was actually very painful. Okay. So now it's just... So it's just bits aren't, or like my alerts aren't making any noise for some reason.
I blame Cardul.
Yeah. Damn it, Cardul. Why? Why? We all need to get Deep Rock Galactic. What's this sub raid button? Oh, if you click on those, it'll copy it to the clipboard. So when I raid somebody, you just paste that. If you're a sub, you click sub raid. If you're just a follower, then you click raid and copies it to the clipboard. So when we go raid somebody, it does that.
That's awesome.
So,
Mini Chibi, I would highly recommend not ever putting anything on a credit card.
Ooh, this is some hot coffee.
So, the biggest mistake a lot of people make with credit cards is they go, oh, I'll just put it on a credit card and then I'll pay it off. But then something comes up and you're like, okay, I'll just pay slowly. Then you never pay it off because you're too busy paying interest that you never actually pay down what you owe. So I always recommend, if you're going to buy something, you, instead of like, oh, well, I would spend $30 a month on my credit card, you just literally take $30 and stash it. And then eventually, in the next few months, you can afford to buy what you're looking to buy. Always buy outright if you can, or save and buy outright, because credit cards are
Fix my alerts.
Ta-da!
However, counterpoint to that, if you are going to use a credit card, pay it off as quickly as possible. Don't do minimum payments. Never.
Never, because you're literally paying the interest. That's all you're paying.
Yeah. Pay off as much as humanly possible, as fast as possible. That's how you get good credit.
Yeah, so credit cards are great. So when we filed bankruptcy for medical debts that I was sued for,
trying to buy
the
condoms?
first thing the attorney... What?
Sorry. T. Diddy put something about condoms in there.
Time is a factor here. Okay, so condoms, if you know, practice safe sex and just fuck yourself. But when we filed bankruptcy, the first thing the lawyer said after we had closed the bankruptcy, he said, okay, now you need to open up a credit card. And I was like, excuse me? I just filed bankruptcy. I don't want any more debt. He said, no, you need to, because when you have a credit card and you use it minimally and you pay it, it builds your credit. And that's the only way you can recover from bankruptcy. And so I did that, and it works. I mean, I got a 700 credit score, even though I have student loans that I haven't paid on a year.
Yeah. No, the wife and I are both high 700s. I think at one point when we were buying our house, one of us was in the 800s. And all it is just tiny little payments. You got like, 2 or 3 credit cards to be like, this one, I'm going to buy, this $40 thing. Next pay period, pay it off.
Or gas. Credit cards are really beneficial because they have granted, they have some of the highest interest rates, but they build your credit the fast. When you buy a house, your credit score goes down. Yeah. It drops and then it goes back up. But when you buy a house, then it opens up your credit for so many things. I found when we bought our first and our second house, all of a sudden we qualified for everything. Yeah. Lowe's credit cards, Home Depot credit cards.
Oh, you're a homeowner. Yeah. That means you're kind of responsible, I think.
Yeah, and that's what it is they go, oh, well, you qualified for a home loan, which is usually over $100,000. So you must be responsible enough, according to that bank, to pay it. So what's a $30 a month payment? And that's how they see it. But if you have too much open credit, it's bad for your credit. Yeah. Because if you have too much open credit, it's a liability. Because you could literally max out all of those credit lines and then not be able to afford to pay them off. So it's a matter of checks and balances. Adulting. I hate adulting. I have a Lowe's credit card that I don't mind so much. So the interest rate isn't too bad.
That's the one that we probably should have, considering how much shit we do for our house. And spend at Lowe's, like we should probably get one.
You get discounts. They give you a lot of discounts. Like they have, I think it's like certain days of the week or certain times of the month where if you shop and use your credit card, you get like 10% off. Yeah. Which, I mean, doesn't necessarily make up for the credit, for the interest rate. But if you have to, or if you need to, spend a large amount, it's the best way to go. Especially because it's for your home. Like, I don't mind paying the interest rate on my Lowe's card because I know that it benefits my home. Whereas I'm not just going to, like, a comic book shop and maxing out a credit card on bullshit.
Right.
It's not, it's, you have something to show for it. But it's a matter of checks and balances. And yeah, adulting sucks. I was doing homeowners association shit till 11 o'clock last night, which is why I missed your stream. I'm really busy. Because everybody's like, let's do this, let's play this, let's watch this. And I'm like, kind of have to go sit at somebody's house and deal with a noise ordinance. Yay.
I'm surprised I have a voice today, honestly. Like,
I have to go back and watch it. I'm really bummed I missed it.
There was an insane bit war. Like, fuck, guys.
But that's awesome. Like, that's something I love to see. I love to see in a stream. I like a busy chat, even if it's only what are you doing, child? Did you just? You guys didn't see that.
That's slightly inappropriate there, kid. Where'd you learn that?
Get out! Your son is being ridiculous. Oh,
there we go.
Small cucumber. Oh.
Yeah, I'm adjusting my lighting a bit so I'm not as washed out.
I washed myself out, so it hopefully washes out the mess that is my office space. Granted, those boxes are all like fundraising things, and
there we go.
Back there's all because I'm getting ready for fundraisers, so I'm like, I cleaned up my office space and then I pulled out a bunch of boxes and made a mess again.
Small cucumber, he's too fresh to be a pickle. He's not salty yet.
Oh, he's super salty. Super salty. Oh my gosh. Especially when I play Portal 2.
Not fully brined.
Kinder Joy eggs? What? Oh, yeah, no, my kids weren't a fan.
Is that a euphemism for having a kid? Kinder Joy eggs?
So when a man and a woman love each other,
they make small chocolate eggs.
And they make Kinder Joy
with
eggs.
Things inside that make you regret living.
You open it up and it's disappointment. Overpriced disappointment.
Man, I worked hard on... God, you're so expensive.
Oh, yeah, no, I told Chris last night, I'm like, so do you regret getting a puppy? He's like, no, and I'm like, it would have been easier just to have another kid, right? Like... Got
the Logitech G. I think those are the 430s. Hang on, let me look at my wife's face. G430s, yeah. Not your face, the side of your head. Side of your head. It's written right here. Suppose I could just slap it up to the camera, but yeah, G430s. Great headset.
I was very lucky enough for Shasha. She got an extra set of Corsairs with her Zydax computer. And she sent this to me. The first set died like in a month, but this one's been working out okay. So I don't use the mic so much because I have this standing mic, but
yeah, I would never use this little piece of shit right here when I have this right here.
Well, I used to for Discord because, craziness, but it just got to a point where it was like right in my face, and then if I breathe too hard, like it's like and I sound like Darth Vader, so I'm like, nah, I don't want to do that.
I am your father.
So I'm like, sorry, you just gotta put up with, all the excessive noise. Darth Pickle. So yeah, there was a bit war.
Yeah. And then
was it a busy chat?
It was very busy. Lots of playing with people. We had a good time. Did some robot rap battles in Jackbox Party Pack 5.
Oh, I've seen that.
It was such a fun game.
I've seen that, and a Dark Lord did it one time, and it looks like a lot of fun.
Gonna tweet that yesterday. I feel like it's gonna get lost in the chat, and I don't know if you guys want to watch it. I still have it. pulled up, actually. Somewhere.
Yeah, I used to be able to make it on Saturdays. Used to, until I got a puppy. Now I don't make it anything. Because by the time evening comes and everybody's streaming, I'm like, okay, I'm going to watch. Yeah, that's how it's been all week.
Puppy.
Puppies are exhausting. But yeah, I was planning on making it last night, but then I got a call about HOA stuff, and I was like, really? Like one Saturday. I just want one Saturday.
How big is your HOA? Because, like...
215 homes, and there's
Jesus.
3 lots that are still vacant. I think 3 or 4 that are still vacant. Whereas one house that's not vacant, or there's one property that's not vacant, has a house, but because it's a stick built and they're not allowed in our subdivision, there's a whole lawsuit and it's in litigation. But it looks like a haunted rundown home, and it's wow. Okay, so sun came out and now I'm gone.
Swing.
Look at the mess is gone though. The mess is gone. You can't see it. And sun's going away again.
Potato is better than onion, though. Oh no, I love potatoes. Potatoes are fucking delicious.
Oh yeah, no, I could live off potatoes.
Oh, my sun's coming out now too. Jesus.
Yeah, we call this emo in the light. Hey, you know
burns.
what? Minecraft. My Chemical Romance is amazing. Don't judge.
It rained, then snowed, and now we have some sun. And then it's like cold as balls outside right now.
But yeah, people think that an HOA, so we're $60 a year HOA. So that tells you what kind of HOA we are. We're not a HOA. We're not a real HOA. Like, we don't go measure people's lawns and shit. Like, we're not hoity-toity. We live in a glorified trailer park. It's a very nice trailer park, but I mean, everybody owns a manufactured home. So everybody lives in like mostly double wide manufactured homes or modulars, because some people have the 2 stories, which are really cool. They look like real houses. It's crazy. But people think that $60 a year gets them the hoity-toity HOA, so they'll go, somebody's got this going on, and somebody left this in their yard, and somebody hasn't mowed their grass in 2 weeks. And I'm like, listen, Linda, listen.
Linda.
But last night it was a noise ordinance, and we found out that the dude is legitimately a cuck and just likes to blast his music to piss off his neighbor.
Ah.
So I'm like, yeah, no. Like, if you were my neighbor, like, no, we would not be.
Normally that's what calling the cops is for. Be like,
well, the lady has called the sheriff's office 30 times.
Jesus.
30. She's also filed with the magistrate to file charges against him, which is what the sheriff's office told her to do. But it's still in litigation. They don't start until March, so she has to wait until March to take him to court. So he's just doing it to piss her off at this point. So she's considering filing an actual lawsuit, which
Jesus.
I would. But she wanted the HOA to have proof so that we could, because we have to cite him for it, because it's against county regulations and it's against our regulations. If they violate county ordinances, we as an HOA, we go after them. And so we have to send him a letter, but we have to have proof. So I had to sit in the lady's driveway till 10 o'clock last night, recording an obsessively loud radio, and it was vibrating. Like, I was in the property next to his, away from his home, and my truck was vibrating. That's how loud the bass was. Lord. Yeah. So that's when you know it's ridiculous. And he didn't do it until we pulled into the driveway, because I think he assumed that we were her. And so once we pulled into the driveway, all of a sudden it started, and I'm like, oh, you're just a big piece of shit. But yeah, so that's what I did my Saturday. While everybody else was having fun, nice. I was sitting in a driveway playing fucking HOA hoity-toity. And then
I'm so glad we don't live in an HOA, but I'm also glad that our neighbors are, just normal people. So
well, we were told there wasn't a, quote, real HOA. It was for the off-site septic leach field. But then we found out that there's 2 HOA. and we only signed for one.
Yo,
so
dog, I heard you like an HOA. How about you put an HOA in that HOA?
Oh, yeah. So we got suckered into it, which, so I joined the board because I wanted to tell the people how to do their job, and now I'm doing their job. I don't know how I got into this mess.
I don't know either.
I just know that I regret it a lot. But somebody, like, with my stature, like, so when we had our first meeting with the new board, when I introduced myself, the looks on people's faces were like, are you serious? Are you serious? And then I listed all my credentials.
You're so threatening, Pickle.
Well, they just looked at... I look like a young punk kid that should not be running an HOA. I'm covered in tattoos, like, and piercings, and so... Yeah, so then I labeled off all my credentials, and I had my portfolio with me.
Damn kids!
And then once I started naming off all my credentials, it was kind of like a change. And so now it's like, they're like, oh, we like you. And I'm like, well, I wish you wouldn't, because I really don't want to do this. It's like, I was hoping they go, yeah, we don't want you running now. And I was going to be like, cool. All right, sweet. Yeah. I'll just go now. But nope, that's not what happened. And now I'm stuck.
Next time, just like get you, Chris, Lishy, just get everybody, get like jeans, leather jackets, wrap one arm in a chain, and then hold a crowbar in the other hand. Just be like, listen, fuckwad, we're the HOA. Turn down your music.
Oh, I told her, I'm like, just have a music war with them. Like, just turn up, just turn up your, like, put on death metal, turn it full blast.
Oh, no, eventually no. You gotta go full polka. You got...
at least the old people wouldn't mind it so much if you put on polka. I mean, fair enough, the neighbors would be like, oh, this is so much better than that.
Okay. We have 2 people on the HOA board for the last 2 years, so yeah, and no one wants to dissolve the HOA. They wouldn't let it go to, they would let it go to crap. Wonder if we lived in an HOA, the neighborhood that runs landscape business out of his home. Residential area has a fire pit in his unfenced yard. Sets off fireworks under the transformer towers behind the houses every 4th of July, but does half the neighbor's yard work. Would it be affected at all? I don't know. I'll write in his wall with my SOCOM from a couple 100 yards away.
Yeah,
that's a felony, T. Diddy. That's
So, HOAs can be beneficial, but in a subdivision like ours, it's pointless. Most of the time, when you have an HOA, it's because you have common areas that are eminent domain of the subdivision. So parks, playgrounds, retention areas. You know how they have those like median strips of grass off the side of the road that nobody owns? Those kinds of things. What it is the county doesn't want to take care of it, so they require an HOA to do it for so many years before they can dissolve. We're trying to dissolve, but the county has a waterway that they own rights to that they signed with the HOA, so the HOA has to stay in place. But then, like, we have 2 HOAs, so why do we don't need 2 HOAs. But yeah, we don't have playgrounds, we don't have parks. So people will call us and say, well, one of the streetlights is out. Okay, well, that's public utility. Like, we don't deal with that. That's not our problem. So and I'll tell them, you have to report it to Duke. If it's out, you just report it to Duke. You go online, you put in the 5-digit serial number that's on the pole, and they'll come out and fix it. Well, I don't have time. Well, you had spent 10 minutes bitching to me on Facebook. You have the fucking time.
Right.
Like, but, and then, we have a hoarder house that's like a crack house that's got trash and garbage everywhere, and we're in litigation with them, and people are like, when is this going to be solved? And I'm like, I have to go through the legal process. Like, I can't just tell people to get the fuck out of their homes. Like, that's a little ridiculous. Like, I'm an HOA, I'm not God. Like, fuck. But I get it, but one lady sent her HOA dues and then said that we should provide trash and landscaping, and I'm like, for $60 a year, you're lucky if I return a phone call.
Yeah.
Like, you're lucky I return an email. You're lucky I sit and listen to you bitch for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
No, people you don't get shit.
People are just... I hate people. Like, people are just the worst. Like,
well, a lot of people moved onto our street, And they were told there was an HOA, and they assumed it was like, you know, the nicer, crunchier areas. So then when they realized that it's not a real HOA, they were really bent out of shape. Well, this is ridiculous. I'm not paying the $60 a year. And I'm like, okay, don't pay the $60 a year and then let it go to collections and ruin your credit. I don't give a fuck. Like,
right.
Like, why are you bitching at me? Like, telling me you're not going to pay isn't going to convince me to listen to you. Like, I'll listen to the people who are paying because they're paying for the HOA. But if you're not paying for an HOA, you have no right to bitch. And that's kind of the double standard. Like, I don't want to pay for it, but I want to bitch at you. And I'm like,
we're fortunate that our city takes care of a lot of the stuff around our place. Like, we live right next to a city, actually a state park. So they maintain that, and our streets pretty well. Best they can.
Yeah, our roads we're in the back rural areas, so like our roads are pretty shit. They're not as bad as Portland's like pothole problem, but
oh yeah, we got tons of those.
Oh,
that's just unavoidable just due to the weather that we have here. It's like super hot in the summer, so it's like, okay, well, let's, you know, try and fix all the roads as quick as we can during the warm season. And then all the expansion and contraction between the hot and the cold, between the seasons, and then all the plows and snow and erosion from water and salt. Our roads are just complete trash, so they just...
You guys do snow tires, don't you?
No.
Like studded tires? People do studded tires there?
No. We don't. I mean, we have hills, but not many.
Because I know that...
more than Nebraska.
Like, in Oregon from, I think it was like November to March, it was snow tire season. So you could have studded tires from November to March, and that was the time you could have them. But they ruin the roads because they literally dig up the road with the studs. So that was why Oregon's roads were so terrible. Studded tires, not just snow tires, but we call them snow tires because they're for snow and ice, but they
like
do
chains, like you know, when the 18-wheelers throw on their snow chains and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. That'll wreck some shit.
Yeah, it was crazy. Here, I don't think I've ever seen any studded tires, which is reassuring that we don't get terrible. We got like one bad spit of weather since we've lived here, but Oregon, it was every
You mean
year.
A hurricane?
Oh, no, I was talking about... I forgot about the hurricane. That counts, I guess. That counts. Besides that, we didn't need snow tires for that. We needed a fucking boat.
Yeah.
I told Chris next year if a hurricane comes through, I'm staying, and I'm just going to get on an air mattress and just raft. We're going to have raft pirate wars on air mattress rafts, and we're going to have like marshmallow shooters and all that good stuff. So I don't care. Like, I'm not leaving again.
North Carolina.
Oh yeah, North Carolina. Our town is still, half of it is still just unlivable now.
Yeah, and see, like
we live by Moores Creek Battlefield, which is where the American Revolution kicked off. It's a really cool place to visit. Yeah. But they took so much damage in the hurricane. A lot of flooding. The main highway was destroyed. So I don't know if they ever recovered from that, but it was a beautiful place. They had a pathway that took you around and all the history behind it. And it was really cool. So there's a lot of history where we live, but a lot of the history has been kind of washed up.
You hear this a lot from people who live in California, or like Florida, people that generally live on the coast. They're like, man, I would never live in the Midwest. Those tornadoes are everywhere. I'm like, seriously? I've lived here my whole fucking life. I'm 34 years old. I've never actually seen one. And then everyone on the coasts have earthquakes, landslides, tsunamis, like hurricanes. I'm like, Jesus Christ, volcanoes can happen, wildfires. I'm like, dude, you're scared of something that has a damage path that's like a block wide, not even, like 2 houses wide.
We had a hurricane or a tornado after the hurricane. Mm-hmm. 2 streets down.
Yeah.
From our house. It took a trampoline and wrapped it around a tree. It was really short. Like, it literally dropped down, did a little bit of damage, like wrecked a shed, of course, wrapped a trampoline around a tree, blew off some shingles off somebody's roof, and then it was gone.
Yeah.
But to think it was 2 streets down, it was like... But the roads the houses are so spread out that our subdivision is pretty huge. The problem is... we only have one way in and one way out. So when it washed away during the hurricane, nobody could get in or out. So we had to wait for them to patch it before we could come home, which sucks. Because, like, to think in the case of a serious emergency, there's only one way out. That's kind of a bag of dicks.
Honestly,
I was like, oh, it's fine. And then the hurricane came, and I'm like, okay, maybe we reevaluate.
As far as volcanoes go, like, my biggest concern is Yellowstone. And that seems like it's hard to weigh it because, sure, it'll maybe erupt because it's a super volcano. You know, it's the size of the fucking state of Wyoming. If that goes, the whole planet's fucked. But it's I think it's like every 50,000 years or something. Let's see, maybe it's more than that. Timeline. Let's look here.
Yeah, Rex, I live, to put it in perspective, I live about 15 minutes from the Neeb's office. I go and drop them off eggs every so often, although I haven't lately because we've been lazy about cleaning.
Yeah. Let's see here. Okay, oh, it's like 500,000. Let's see here. You could fit Tokyo, the world's biggest city, in Yellowstone supervolcanic crater. 3 super eruptions at Yellowstone have occurred on a 600,000 to 700,000 year cycle, 2.1 million years ago. Let's see, the most recent took place 640,000 years ago, suggesting that it's overdue for an eruption. So, like...
if it erupts, like, it could decimate pretty much, like, you're talking Idaho, Oregon, California,
all those states
Washington.
Are gone, and then the fallout from the dust cloud that it would create would just put us into a mini ice age. So, woohoo! That's one way to get rid of global warming, I guess.
Right.
Freeze the fucking planet.
Majority population of the planet, or at least, you know, North America. North America would be fucked in Western side.
Yeah.
Canada as well, parts of Canada, because they're right there. You would think, though, like, they keep a close eye on it.
Oh, yeah, they do.
And I'm wondering if they work on a technology to prevent it from happening. I wonder if they've tried to figure out technology that would prevent eruptions from...
I'm sure they've done research on that kind of thing, like, you know, just ways to release the pressure from within the caldera, but that's a lot to... like, the energy contained within something like that is astro-fucking-nomical.
Well, yeah, Mount St. Helens I thought was bad. You know, a lot of people say is bad.
Yeah, Mount St. Helens.
Yeah, Mount St. Helens, the last time it erupted, it put, like, a majority of Oregon under ash. Just, it was...
Yeah,
crazy.
So in perspective, here's how do the giant eruptions in Yellowstone National Park compare to other large historic eruptions? Mount St. Helens is the smallest one on this graph. Here, I'll bust this up real quick. Boop, there you go. So this tiny little ass cube, I'll try and zoom in a little bit here,
is Mount St. Helens.
Is Mount St. Helens, and the big one is Yellowstone.
So what's the second? Which one's the second? I can't read it.
Mount Pinatubo in 91, which was 2.4 cuban. I have no idea where that is. 2.4 cubic miles. And then there's Krakatoa in 1883, 4.3 cubic miles. Mount Mazama, 7,600 years ago, 18 cubic miles. Tambora, 36 cubic miles as in 1815. Island Park caldera, 1.3 million years ago, 67 cubic miles. Yellowstone caldera, 630,000 years ago, 240 cubic miles. And then 2 million years ago, 600 cubic miles. These are the eruptions that have happened in our past that are just fucking huge. So
and tornadoes can happen anywhere. They've happened in Oregon. They actually, rural area, there was a town just a few miles over that had some pretty big tornado occurrences the last couple of years we lived there. So
tornadoes can happen anywhere. They're just not as likely.
They're the worst in that central part of the country because the climate is
perfect for it. Yeah. Tornado Alley. I actually live on the edge of Tornado Alley.
Just like my mom. Why would you move to a place where hurricanes are a thing? Because, Mom, because it's not the West Coast. Because it's anywhere but the West Coast.
Yeah.
And I mean, as bad as the hurricane was, we actually got really lucky. We have a whole set of privacy trees behind our property, and the wind caught those trees, and that's what saved the top of our house. If we wouldn't have had those trees, the roof of our house probably would have been gone.
Right.
Our house wouldn't have had flood damage had the developer or the builder built our house properly, but they didn't. So we ended up with flood damage, which is why they're paying for it and not the insurance, which is nice because it saves me a deductible.
Right.
I ain't bitching. But they've yet to start that. So I gotta call them Monday. But it's livable still. My floors are just like this, they give you vertigo sometimes. But,
oh.
Yeah, did I just go, oh my God, I regret moving here? No. What are the odds that that's gonna happen again? Very minimal. Very, very minimal. And if it does, the damage is gonna be, again, very minimal. If they rebuild my house the way they're supposed to, there will be no damage because the water won't, seep up into the under part of the house. But unfortunately, Wilmington was where we originally wanted to buy. And I realized it's too crowded and people suck at driving. And I didn't want to live there. But they got a majority of the flooding because they're off the Cape Fear, the larger part of the Cape Fear, whereas we're off the smaller end of the Cape Fear, so that's where we got kind of lucky because we're on the smaller extent of it, whereas Wilmington resides in the heart of the major part of the Cape Fear. So when the ocean flooded, it flooded the river, which in turn the water had nowhere to go, which went into Wilmington, which is why John had serious flood damage. He had 3 or 4 feet of flood damage, and a lot of people did. But we looked at our old neighborhood that we were renting in, that we were buying, and we were so glad we didn't, because all of those houses ended up with flood damage.
Yeah.
So we were yes, we got lucky. But
speaking of flood damage, I can show you some pictures of my town from 2008. Now, this is what's kind of scary, because we have had one of the worst snow seasons ever in recent history. We're in the kind of the top 10 in Cedar Rapids, which is where I live. One of the other close ones was 2008, which was when we had a 500-year flood that only happens every 500 years. And it's kind of bullshit, because in 2013, I think it was 2013, we had one that got close. Wasn't quite as high, but it was still pretty bad. But these are some of the images here from the flood that we got in 2008, which could happen again this year, because we have so much snow. Yeah, snow melt.
Oh yeah, because once it melts, it's got to go somewhere.
Yep. So this is
I
the
thought
main.
It was in Oregon too.
Oops. That is. Oh my God. Everything. Fuck off. So we are one of 2 cities in the world that have, what is it, like, their main government building on an island in the middle of a river, and you can see.
Why would you do that?
This is that island. It's called Maze Island. That is the courthouse, I think. I want to say it's the courthouse.
Why would you put your government on an island?
It was a good spot at the time.
It was.
Yeah, see, this is what it normally looks like. Let's see, so yeah, that's the courthouse right there.
Damn.
And that is a bridge right in front of the courthouse. That's a bridge that goes over the river. That bridge, actually. So that's the bridge you see in this picture. Oops. Do not click on that. So that bridge right there is where you see these street lamps right here. That's that bridge.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
This is let's see, was that First Ave, I think. They got kind of lucky. I'm just going through a bunch of pictures here. But yeah, it was insane. That Dairy Queen, it's not there anymore.
Aw, F for respects for the Dairy Queen.
Yep. Yeah, our entire downtown area just got swamped. I have a bank. Let's see if I can figure out where I'm looking here.
That reminds me. So, Dairy Queens, I don't know where you're at. It's a weird subject. Speaking of Dairy Queen, do they serve like regular food there?
Yeah.
Because here, they don't. It's only ice cream.
No, they do, like...
So they did on the West Coast.
Burgers and stuff. Yeah.
Burgers and, oh my god, amazing chicken wraps. Amazing. But here, they only do ice cream.
Boat.
Which sucks.
Yeah, this is the train bridge.
We also don't have Jack in the Box, which is weird.
So this is a train bridge that goes into Quaker Oats. If you guys don't know what Quaker Oats is, well, I'm sure some of you do if you live in the United States. Quaker Oats being the largest cereal producer in the country. Oatmeal, cereal, all kinds of shit.
Granola bars, yeah.
Yeah. The factory is here in our town. This is a train bridge that feeds it, and all this stuff you see on the edge of this train bridge that collapsed, like that's more of the train bridge right there. That's actually Quaker Oats in the background, right there.
Damn.
But this train bridge, all that debris are houseboats that detached. Now, literally, just down the street from me is where the houseboats normally sit. They all detached from their moorings, flowed down the river, and smashed into the train bridge. Rip.
Oh yeah, I thought for sure when we got the hurricane that we were gonna have a houseboat. I was like, it's cool, honey. We'll come home. We'll just get in the house and float away. It's fine.
No, this is from 2008.
Yeah, it's crazy. Mother Nature can be a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Could be a real bag of dicks. But I mean,
let's see here. Can you...
It just goes to show you that no matter what part of the U.S. you live in, you can always
get fucked.
Adverse fucked weather. Arizona, growing up in Arizona during monsoon season, is always most interesting for that reason. Because in Arizona during monsoon season, it doesn't just rain; it pours and it floods.
Yeah.
And the Salt River, part of the Salt River bed is dry. But when it rains during monsoon season, it floods over. And through the middle of that dry riverbed is a major highway that takes you from like the Mesa Valley area to the Indian reservation. So during monsoon season, that whole road is gone. Like it's a giant river that flows over it. So you'll go to the end of this road, Country Club, that takes you to the highway, and it just stops because there's just water. It looks like a riverfront, like a drive. It looks like a a street that just drives into a river. But it was always crazy because we would always, during monsoon season, go to this spot and watch the water because it was just insane.
Yeah.
But people are so stupid, and they think, "Oh, I could drive through. It's not that deep." And then they drive through it, and then their car floats away, and then they wonder about, their life choices.
Louisville, Kentucky is on flooding right now, but it's from the last 30 days of rain or so. Sometimes the ice melt creates dams. Yes. That is exactly what happens here. And we're going to have a lot of it. Turn around.
Are you guys pretty high up compared to...
Yeah, actually, the 2008 flood. So our... what was the crest of our... let's see here. Cedar River, 2008.
I know you were talking about your driveway is kind of a...
let's see here. Flood statistics. Let's see here. I want to see how high it was. Yeah. So it reached 31.12 feet above normal. So it raised 31 feet above where it's normally at.
Yeah.
Wow. So where we sit, actually from that flood, the water made it to our property line, but our house is like 10 feet up a hill from our property line. Literally our driveway is like this. So when it flooded, it just got like a couple inches into the start of the driveway, but never actually up to our house. So our house is actually not considered in the floodplain. So we don't have to pay flood insurance.
Oh, we did. Well, we had flood insurance before. We also have volcano coverage.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, we have earthquake. We have earthquake, hurricane, wind, rain, flood, and volcano. So if there happens to be some freak volcano that just erupts randomly all of a sudden in our area...
Surprise, volcano!
Yeah, I mean, it's 360 coverage. We also have depreciation coverage, which is nice because manufactured homes depreciate faster than most homes because they were at one point considered a mobile home because they come in on wheels. Like our house originally had a DMV title until they took the wheels on the hitch off and put it on a foundation. Once it was on a foundation, it was considered a home.
DMV title.
Yeah. So once they put it on a foundation, then they could put a deed on it. But it decreases in value just like a vehicle does. So we have depreciation. So if like 10 years from now, we have a house fire or another hurricane and our house is completely destroyed, they pay out what we paid for the home.
Oh, that's nice.
So it doesn't matter how much depreciation it has, they pay what we paid out. So, which is nice. It's a really nice thing, because, especially with, a home that depreciates. Granted, the insurance company is kind of a bag of dicks. Like, they didn't handle the hurricane so great, but...
We totally just, changed topics so many times today. Like, we talked about credit cards, video games, back to floods and disasters and volcanoes and
talking about
insurance.
Adulting. We should have just named this podcast Talking About Adulting. That's pretty much what we're talking about.
But not that adulting. Not adultering, but adulting.
No, I'm not. Nobody's getting laid right now, okay?
Nah, no.
Especially me.
Well.
Puppy is. I told my husband.
You can't see below this part of the screen. You don't know what's going on under this desk.
There's a mirror. I do see a mirror behind you, though. Is that Lady Onion under your desk? Make sure you feed her.
There's my hand.
Make sure you feed her. Poor Lady Onion.
I'm feeding her.
Oh, yeah, no, I see a different angle than they do. I was like, wait a minute.
Oh, yeah, you see a different picture than I do.
Yeah, please don't. Please don't, for the love of God.
We can guess, and seldom was penis mentioned. It was at the very beginning of the stream. We got the penis out of the way.
Yeah, and right before.
Is that a Skeletor mask? No, it's actually a... Actually, now that you mention it, it kind of looks like it. But no, it's not Skeletor. It's just a skull. The red eyes glow, and it's blue hair. That was my persona for when I worked at a haunted forest. We were the twins. There was another guy that I did it with, and he had the same mask, but we wore it on top of our head. So imagine like my hat is the mask, and like this is where the eyes are, and then like here's the mouth and shit, and then there's like hair coming down, so we would be looking at people like this, and we would be all hunched over. Yeah. Okay, sorry, she had alarm going.
Polka? I heard polka.
Let's see here. I'll actually paint you guys a picture. So it was a really cool thing that we did. Let me bust open paint. Yeah, paint.
Oh, we're painting now?
We're painting
Bob
now.
Ross in it?
Oh yeah. So how it went. So we were the twins, but we only made the people coming through the haunted forest think there was one of us until the very end. So let me make a dirt path here. Where's my brush? Okay. Can I make you bigger? Bigger brush. I never use paint. Here we go. All right. So this will be a top-down view. And then it went like this, and then this, and then this, and then this. All right.
It's a penis.
So this is the path.
Oh, it's a submarine! I'm just guessing. Like Pictionary. Wait, it's a penis.
Is it a penis? It's a penis. Is it a penis? It's
I know
penis.
what you did last summer.
Is it a penis? This is a penis. Is this a penis? Okay. We'll flood fill that. All right. So this is the dirt path. All right. And then this will just be some black tarp. That's right here. Now, granted, this is all at night. And then there was like a tarp here with like a mesh, like camo net right there. So you do like some lime green, like camo netting. Yeah. And then we had another tarp here and here. And then another tarp here, and there's actually like a little alcove right here too. This is how this is going. All right, so then these will be trees. So these,
my phone is going off and I'm ignoring
it. These are pine trees. Just imagine that these are pine trees. Okay.
Happy little trees.
Yeah. So the path continues like that way, but this was our section. Okay. So there was also a red light. We'll just do it.
It's very therapeutic.
Can I rotate this? Let's rotate. Rotate. Here we go. I want to rotate my own way.
Oh, I'm just gonna put my leg up.
Imagine this. Okay, that didn't work. A red light going this way. There. It's a red light, and it's right here, shining down the path. So this was us. Fuck. Solid. No. Color 2, also red. There we go. That's what I wanted. Okay. Whew. Gonna catch up on chat here.
What?
I want to rotate
I didn't say that.
Oh, that's what she said.
I didn't say that.
Jay, my friend's house lost its top floor as he walked down the stairs in a tornado. Oh, damn. Why does everybody fucking visit on Sunday when I have like 3 live shows I want to watch? Of Bob's? Of Mice and Men as a house not much was decades ago. There was wiped out. Damn. Stinky wiener with PD. What?
What?
Fantasy grounds. See, who needs fantasy grounds, right? Yeah. My niece is happy with a new haircut. I want to make her rotate my eyelids. So she said, "Oh yeah, I was gonna stick the chair coming in stuck in flood water."
Husband's gotta shave.
Husband's gotta shave his what?
Shave my head.
Oh.
Like the sides and the back.
Gotcha. So let me make an us. Where's a circle? Here's a circle.
This is us.
There's one here, and then one here. So, I need... Do you want a pew? Thank you for the follow.
It's Bruce. No, that's Lishy. Sorry, Lishy took Bruce's name.
Ah.
Because Twitch blocked her or locked her out of her account, so she had to make a new one.
So
it's Lucy.
So this is how it went. Penises, exactly. So people would come around. All right, let's delete that. So people, all little people. So people would go like, this is a group of people, right? And they would walk around this way. They would come here. So this is just me recapping my time at a haunted forest. One of us would be hiding here. More tarp right here so you can't see it.
Sorry, I didn't want to talk while you were talking.
Gotta give your mom's car a jump. That's what she said. Get the bladed traps ready. So there would be one of us sitting. Let's see, blue and red. Blue and red is us. So, okay, whatever. So we look the same. One of us would be hunched over with the mask on top of our head, and people would be coming around this corner right here. So one of us would like run up, like not move, and then they would slowly approach along this path. Then we'd come up and be like, and then scare them. They'd be like, ha 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 ha, you're so creepy. But then we'd be like humorous, be like, oh no, I'm a butt sniffer, because we're like real, like right up in their ass, just because we're like all hunched over and shit. And then we would be like, oh, you're scary humans, oh my god, you know. And then they'd get a laugh and a giggle. They'd be all nice and relaxed. They'd be like, ah, ha, ha. And then we'd run away. We would run away and come hide here. All right. So then they're continuing down the path. You know, these people are just like, oh, la 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 la, haha, that was hilarious. Do 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 do. And then they'd get here, and then this one would jump out, you know, because they would think that that character had disappeared. You know, like, oh shit, okay, well there he goes. That was an interesting thing. And then this one would jump out, and scare them. And it was so effective. That we had like 7 people piss their pants. 1 confirmed, like 14-year-old girl shit their pants. So, yeah.
That's shitty. Okay.
So then they'd be like, oh god, you know, because they weren't expecting something identical to move that fast and catch up to them. They would think, oh, you know, it's gone, and then boom, it's right there again. And then they'd be like, and then the group would continue on down around the path, you know, a little blinded by the red light or whatever, coming around this way. And then this one would be following them. So they think, oh, it's behind us, you know, what could possibly go wrong? And then they come around the corner, boom, the second one jumps out again from the front, and they'd be like, oh shit, there's 2 of them. And then they figure it out. And then as they move down through here and continue through the rest of the forest, then there would be a guy with a chainsaw. This is a chainsaw.
Oh, yeah,
just,
no.
You know, cuz, so.
Been there. In Arizona, they had a haunted house called The Realm. Mm-hmm. It was rated one of the scariest in the country. Mm. And I was like 11 when I went.
Oh.
Yeah, and I had to pee, and we had to wait in a... But I couldn't because, you know, there was no bathroom. Mm-hmm. And I ended up peeing my pants. So that was fun.
Good times. That was fun. Yeah.
But it was scary. They had one guy dressed up as like a half-naked caveman with a skull head. And my friend was like, ooh, naked caveman. He's like, would you like to touch my abs? And she's like, ew, no. And then he like chased us, yelling, touch my abs, touch my abs. And so
touch it.
It's always fun when you go to a haunted house and people have like that dark humor. Mm-hmm. But this day and age, like it's hard to find because so many people are, you know,
little bitches and want to sue everything.
Yeah, no. I was gonna say easily offended, but you know, you nailed it.
If he yelled "touch my ass," he would have been arrested.
Hey, you know, $20 is $20.
Did I just get a bloop?
You ever get a piece of lint in your sock? Like right at the bottom where it feels like there's something in your sock and it's a piece of lint, but it's like really uncomfortable.
Yes.
Yeah, that's where I was at. Like I was smiling, but deep down in my sock there was lint.
It was sadness and despair.
There was sadness in my sock. We're good now, though. We're good.
Speaking of Deep Rock Galactic, update 21 came out. I don't know what that means. I wanted to get it, but it's still like $25. And the first reviews I read, just going back to games, because that's what we play, you know.
I haven't played shit lately outside of like the 2 streams this week that I did.
Let's see here. Lego. I'm busy.
Is he messaging
oh my God.
you?
It's like a vagina monster spitting out green grossness. That is an infected vagina. They should get that looked at. Sorry.
Gonorrhea?
Maybe. Update 21. I don't know like what any of this is. There's a roadmap for 2018. Update 21. Difficult 2.0. New enemies, weapon weapon mastery, weapon skins, mods added to more gear. Like the initial stuff that I heard about Deep Rock Galactic was that there wasn't a whole lot to do. But that might be different now.
I was gonna say, sorry.
Deeper progression system, gear choice, new weapons, new armor set, campaigns, character promotion, space rigger, the abyss bar, improved perks. Like, there's a lot more stuff that apparently is coming down the pipe. So I definitely want to give it a shot at some point, but maybe once it goes on like the Steam Spring Sale, maybe.
So have you decided what you're gonna do for your second emote?
Not entirely, no. But I'm gonna work on it today. After this stream. I think
an onion heart would be cool. Something
yeah,
like
something Onion Love is gonna be coming out. I just don't know how I'm gonna design it just yet. Good thing I literally found a big island in Raft. Got murdered by the bird a couple times. Just watch one of my streamers usually. Oh, okay.
So I worked on emotes this morning. I'm really lazy. So when I do my emotes, I think I'm motivated and I'm really I'm not even motivated. Like I'm like, I'm gonna do it, and then I'm like, nah. So this is my second emote now, and I'll post it in the Discord for you to see.
Okay.
It should be approved because I mean if they approve the Viagra. So that's gonna be my new emote because we rate, rating people is a thing, and
yeah,
so like
it sure is. I'll show that.
But I had to choose between if I kept the Viagra emote as tier 1 or do the Pickle Hearts. But I kept the Viagra and I'll do the Pickle Hearts for tier 2. I wish that they would let affiliates have 4 or 5 emotes for tier 1, and then from there keep it. You can't have more. Tier 2 would be 1 extra and tier 3 would be 1 extra. But yeah, I feel like adding just the 1 is kind of like.
Well, it's not just 1 though. It's based. Well, for now it is. It's actually based on merit, which I kind of like.
How many subs you have?
Yeah, your sub points. So I mean,
I kind of deter people from subbing, to be honest. I just feel like it's because Amazon takes half of it. So yeah. I feel like, although every dime I make between bits and subs and stuff, it all goes back to the community. So, I mean, it's not a bad thing. When I get paid by Twitch, I do giveaways and stuff like that.
Jay says you need a one that says mute now for horror streams.
I mean, I can make it. It could be a thing. It could. I mean, if I had enough subs, it could be a thing. I don't know. I've been focusing more on, people like you, people in the chat interaction.
Yeah.
Than I have number. Like today, I just realized my numbers, and I was like, holy shit, where did this come from? Because I don't pay attention. To be honest, I don't pay attention. I don't, because I just want quality. Like, I don't want numbers. I don't want a boosted number. So I want quality. And so I feel like that's where I focus on. So, I don't know. I feel bad when people sub. I really do. If it's the Amazon, free one, fine. I don't feel bad because it's free. But if it's not the free sub, I'm like, oh, Why did you do that? I don't want you to.
I mean, it's this is something that I kind of was thinking about even after last night's stream was like, and I'm sure this is a thing. I haven't actually looked it up, but I'm pretty sure it is something like streamer guilt, where it's like apparently it is a thing. It's like where you feel like you don't deserve what people are giving you. And like I feel it's like why are you giving me money just for me to do this? Now granted, some people look at it like, if you're a viewer, you're like, oh, you're just playing video games, why should I give you money? And sometimes the streamer is like that, it's like, I'm just playing video games trying to just put this out there.
I just want to interact with people.
But it's like, I'm doing this because I have fun doing it, and because I have fun doing it, I feel bad for you giving me money or things for that. But then again, the opposite side of the spectrum is I am providing a service of entertainment for people, and people enjoy that. So like, yes, keep going. This is fun. I want to keep watching it. So it's that weird like balance you gotta.
It's a checks and balance. Yeah, checks and balances.
Damn you for giving me money.
And that's like the thing for me is like I love watching people succeed in streaming. Like when they, like you especially, when you hit, when you get that quality that you're looking for, and it's exciting. Like I love watching people succeed in streaming, but when it happens to me, I'm like, okay, I don't know how to deal with this.
And it's like, but I mean, if there is that thing, so a way to, I don't want to say like alleviate your guilt, but
that's why I give it back to everybody.
Yeah. But like,
oh, you gave me money, I'm gonna just buy stuff to give back to everybody. Like,
right.
That's how I do it.
Yeah, you give giveaways and whatnot. That's one thing you can do. But also like the new emote thing. It's like, oh, okay, well now I have to, maybe I'll do something special for the community now that they're, they're investing in me. I need to produce more product for them, kind of like,
well,
but how do you do that?
My thing was when I streamed, I would always wear my custom shirts. And so I would be like, okay, I'm playing games and I'm whoring out my apparel. Like that was like, it was like self-promotion, like, buy my graphics work. I don't really do graphics work much anymore. I'm just kind of like, I'm burnt out. Yeah. And so now I'm just kind of like streaming to stream. I'm doing it mainly because I do the big fundraisers throughout the year. And in order to keep that follower base, that support base, I got to stream more than just the fundraisers.
Right.
And so that's how I do it. Like we've got the lupus fundraiser in May. So I'll stream consistently my, 2 days a week until the lupus fundraiser. And then I'll do 7 days straight. And I'll hate myself, but it'll be worth it. and then I'll probably take like a week off. Because, after watching me for 7 days, nobody wants to watch me anymore. So I take a week off. But it's worth it. And that's why I do it mainly is for fundraising purpose, for NPO purpose. It makes me feel like I have a sense of purpose.
Mm-hmm.
If I do it for an NPO reason. But if I do it, like, I tried to do it, like, thinking that I could make it a business while selling my graphics work. But I felt like I got burnt out. I got really burnt out. And then I realized, okay, I'm no longer playing games for fun. I'm playing games attempting to make money. And that's not fun. That's a job. And I don't want it to be a job. I don't want video games to be a job. Because then I won't have my go-to when I don't want to work. Because if you play video games as a job, then it's like, okay, so now what hobby do I have left on my downtime? It just, it kind of makes you, so that's where I was at. And I was like, so, I'm just going to do it for fun. And, if people do donate or they sub, then I can just throw that money back out at the community. And then it's like, it's NPO. It's NP.
Yeah, I have no idea, Jay, how people drop $500. It's like, where, how, what? Did you just have that lying around? Like, you know.
Usually when I have $500 lying around, I usually
pay off some debt. That's what I do.
Well, I pay bills.
Yeah.
Like if I paid all my bills, so like tax time, we pay off all of it. Any of the credit cards or any debts that we have, like the hurricane put us. I used my PayPal credit line for evacuation and all that, so we'll pay that off. We'll pay off my Lowe's card, and any money left over, we'll do things like buy the kids new bed mattresses, buy car parts to fix the vehicles so that all the cars are maintenance properly. And we'll do things like that, but we'll also splurge a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Used to be like tax time, I would buy something equipment wise. I'd buy a new piece of equipment.
Right.
We won't do that this year. But that's kind of we do with expendable income is, and I'll drop money on people that I support on streams. Like I'll drop money here and there just because I feel like they deserve it.
Yeah. Or
I'll make petty bets like $10 that you get drunk and you can play Overwatch.
That was fun.
That was worth losing. That was the best $10. No, it was 20 because I doubled. It was the best $20 I ever spent. No joke.
Spent $20 getting new bits to participate in a bit war yesterday, and even that was like, dude, I shouldn't be doing this. Yeah, Rex, if you don't just you don't have to, No,
but I get where he's coming from. So like yeah, I like doing like I did a donor war with somebody on a stream, and I don't remember whose stream it was, but like they donated $2, I donated $5, and they donated $6, and I donated $8, and just like in small amounts, but it's worth it. Like
yeah,
it's fun to see the reactions and how great it is. Like, did you assume my gender? Maybe. That reminds me. I took my son to his early college seminar thing because he's applying for early college. So the kid's gonna have an associate's degree before he graduates. Like, and it's all paid. Like I don't have to pay a damn thing, which is like, yay!
That
nice. Saves me like $80,000. I'm good with that. But I told him, I'm sorry I ask a lot of questions. I'm a helicopter mom. Like, yeah, you're like a super helicopter mom. And I'm like, so is that like an Apache helicopter? And he said, I was thinking Little Bird because you're short. Like, you bastard. You're lucky you're taller than me.
Jay has a useless associate's degree. So do I. Yay.
Oh, I have two career diplomas at our point. We all have those. Yeah. Do you know that Rhett and Link are both engineers? Or they went to school for engineering? Yeah. Yeah. They went to college together for engineering. They've been friends since they were kids.
Yeah.
Went to college together for engineering and now they
just make
fun YouTube.
Yeah.
Eating random shit.
That's my job. That's where I make my money. Right over there. Fixing these. This is what I do. I fix phones. That's all I do. Yeah.
I mean, it pays the bills.
It does. It does.
I want to work out of the home so bad. Like, so bad. I've decided to go the nonprofit organization route and see if I can get in that way. I really want to convince Kaleidoscope to branch out to the East Coast and start a chapter here so that there's a support system for them as an organization on the East Coast, because they're currently in the Pacific Northwest. I'd like to see them on the East Coast, because lupus is more common here, because a majority of people with lupus are African American and female. So I am the minority of the lupus people, but it's more common here, given the ethnicity on the East Coast, especially in the South. So there are there's a lot of different things pertaining to lupus here. Like, they have one of the biggest lupus research centers here in North Carolina. So I'd like to see them branch out. And so, like, I'd love to get into the nonprofit sector because I feel like that's where my passion is.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to go back to work outside of the home, I want to do something that I'm passionate about. I don't want to just go work somewhere random because I'm bored. Like, I don't want to be like, I'm bored, I'm going to go deliver pizzas. Like, I could. And I wouldn't care, but
yeah.
I want to do something I enjoy. I want to feel like I'm using my time well. So that's where I'm branching out. But, I have 2 career diplomas that mean absolute fuck all in that sector. Absolute dick. So it's just kind of how it goes. Like, when you're young, you don't know what you want, and so you do random shit, and then you realize, oh, okay, so I don't want to do these things.
Yep, that's kind of where I went. Started trying to get a degree in computer engineering. Decided I hated coding. Well, no, I didn't actually, not at first. It was computer engineering, and then I wanted to just kind of move back home and be closer to friends and family. So then the community college here only had computer science, so I switched my major to that. Then after 2 years of that, realized this sucks, I hate coding, and just stopped altogether. Didn't have a degree at that point, so I was like, just working for some years, and then a guy was like, you should go back and get a degree, and I'm like, I could, and then I could, up my job, change it to something I, think I would want to do. So I went and got a degree from a school that no longer exists, so I'm gonna try and see if I can get my student loans expunged, because they didn't fully, like, they promised a lot of shit, which never came true, and now the school doesn't exist. It was Kaplan.
Oh, so it's like ITT Tech.
Yeah.
They got shut down because the government. Yeah. So the government does not like for-profit schools. Yeah. Tech schools are that sector, and they end up shut down because the government cuts them off from FAFSA funding.
Yeah.
And that's what happened with ITT Tech. My husband was getting ready to go back, and they said, oh, sorry, we don't exist anymore.
Yep, same thing happened with Kaplan. So
you should be able to. We got his expunged.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and do some research. I have to, you have to write some, like, stupid kind of essay about why you deserve to have it removed, but other than that...
Usually there's a list of schools that are on the loan expulsion list.
Yeah.
And I know that tech schools that are shut down, where people did not graduate or didn't get their degree, or their degree is no longer valid because the school doesn't exist.
Yeah. I got a degree in criminal justice, which I'm totally using. And it was terrible. So
what do you use? Yeah, so my question is, when you have a degree in criminal justice, what is it good? Like, what kind of job does that pertain?
Well, you can actually do... Honestly, I'm not entirely sure what jobs I could get, because one of the things that they claimed they could do was get you career placement. They had like 99%. What is going on over there? Got like boob cam going on.
I'm trying to fix my webcam and it's not working.
And they said they could get you career placement. They had a 99% like success rate with career placement. And I'm like, okay, well, that never happened. And then I had no idea what to do with my degree once I got it. And then like, well, you could be a cop. No, I can't, because I have one legally blind eye, and you have to, in order to be a cop, you have to have at least like, I think it's 20/40 corrected in both eyes, and I can't get that. So I could never be law enforcement. So it's like, okay, so what do I do now? Anything beyond like, to be a detective or crime scene investigation, just any of that shit, you have to be a cop first usually, or you have to go through much more training. And at that point, I'm just like, it's no.
Yeah, because you have to reinvest in schooling for it to be anything worth validation. Gotcha.
So
yeah, no, we're good. I accidentally went to move my leg and kicked my desk, and then everything went. Which seems to be the story of my life. So.
And go back here on chat here. I hate. Oh, going back to Bit Wars. I hate when it gets to be like a true Bit War, like last night because of this. Like it's okay when you're just Jesus, teasing each other and playing around a bit. But when people are spending like upwards of $60 just repeatedly just to shut people out so they can be on top is like depressing.
So, as a streamer, I don't validate people's worth on how much they donate or what they donate. If you donate 1 bit or 1,000, you're all appreciated and valued the same way. I don't go, oh, well, this person donated more, so I'm going to favor them more. Absolutely not. Because I know that person that donated the 2 bits or the 20 probably watched 20 ads to get those bits. So they worked hard to get those bits to give to me. So that's how I see it, is somebody could buy $60 worth of bits and donate them, and they're valid and appreciated, and I'm so grateful. But the other person who has to watch 20 ads just to get 20 bits to donate, those are just as valuable in my eye because you worked for those.
For me, it's more about just being in chat, just being there, chatting, just showing up to streams.
Like, we don't care if you donate or not. We're not gonna... God, fuck this webcam. I fucking hate this webcam so much. It's like just gonna show my head, apparently. Like, we're just here.
There you go.
Fucking Christ. But I would rather you show up in my chat and just be chatting than to come and donate and leave.
Yeah, to me, having viewers and just people participating and but what the hell is going on?
I'm trying to fix it. Don't just. It's not happening, okay?
Yeah, all over the place. Thought it was fine.
I'm sorry.
It
was, and then it moved again.
Okay. And now it's boobs again.
I know. I gotta adjust it manually.
But yeah, just like being in the stream and participating, that means more than anything else, unless it's like I don't know, $1,000 donation. It means quite a bit, but I mean, just hanging out, that's up there with the biggest donations. Just being there and supporting the stream, retweeting, sharing, clips. I do bits for jokes mostly. Yeah, you do the that's what she said a lot. I mean,
I have people that do it every time I get scared or every time I die. Yeah.
And that's the best, just having people there. That's what I appreciate the most.
I like a busy chat. Although sometimes it's hard to keep up when it's busy enough.
Yep.
And then every so often you get the person that's like, you didn't notice me, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. Okay, give me a second. I go back up. I've had people that have complained. I used to have people that complained in the past because a lot of people that have followed me from the beginning have seen that my chat has gone from conservative, like, it's easy to keep up with, to sometimes it's insane. Sometimes it's insane, and whatever I'm playing makes it hard to keep up with everything. I try, I really do, and I'll go back and I'll read everything. But they get mad because I didn't answer their, or I didn't respond to their comment in like the first 30 seconds. And I'm like, listen, like, you're not the only one here.
Yeah.
My world does not revolve around just you. I have 12, 15, whatever, how many other people that are chatting that I need to revolve around as well. So it's kind of like, you have to understand that you're not the only one there. And while, as a streamer, I'm so grateful when people are in my chat chatting, don't get upset when, I don't answer you immediately, if not faster. I try. I really do. Because I love talking to people. I love interacting with people.
My life revolves around Pickle.
Mayo says that, but he's like my only mod, and he's never there. None of my mods. I have like 5 mods, and nobody's ever there. I'm like, why do I have mods?
Seth is my mod, I think.
I know, and he's on top of it. I need one of those. Yeah. Oh my god, Mayo, we had this conversation. It's like me and Waffly. I was a mod for Waffly for 2 months before she finally told me yeah, you've been a mod. And I'm, win. Just don't make me do things.
Rex says, I follow a few really big names on YouTube, and I also follow Neebs, so I'm just used to the idea that streamers can't read everything, and they probably won't see what you say. Yeah, it's true. If it's a busy chat, holy crap. Unless, with the Neebs guys, they got one dude just on the chat, just trying to keep up, follow things. But because there's 4 other people, actually probably more than that, because, Adahup there, Anthony's there, whoever is just visiting is there, they're all having a conversation.
6 to 7 people there.
Yeah, so they're all having this conversation. So if someone is even reading chat and following through, they can respond in chat, but that doesn't necessarily mean that everyone talking is going to be, a part of that. Yeah, it's they're all, we're human, do the best you can.
Onion's been around for as long as I have, and remember when the Neebs gaming chat, it was there was maybe 150, 200 people watching, but only 15 people. It was a group of regulars that were in the chat all the time.
Yep.
And even then, it was sometimes hard for them to keep up. I don't like that people complain, and the biggest thing that pisses me off is when a viewer or a follower or a fan goes, well, they only care about you if you donate. They only acknowledge you if you donate. That's not true.
No, it's not. It's just
not true. They appreciate everybody equally, but when people donate, they give them the time of day to read what they had to say with their donation.
Yeah.
And that's justified. That's their way of showing appreciation to the people who donate.
Right. Like Rex said, if they read everything on chat, it would just be them reading chat for the entire 3 hours that they're streaming. Whereas, if they just read the comments that come in on bits and donations and things like that, it gives a little more focus to those who, granted, are putting forth, their own cash, which seems, it's you don't want to give favoritism to those people that are just throwing you cash. You don't want to do that. But then again, you can't, that's a way to separate out where to put some focus rather than just everyone in chat. Because if you have 1,000 people chatting, you're not going to get through it all. So
no. They barely get through all the donations.
Right.
But it really bothers me when people say, oh, streamers only acknowledge those who throw money at them.
Right.
That's not even true.
No.
That's not even true. And I will tell you firsthand, the Neebs Gaming guys, they are some of the kindest people, the most real people I've ever had the pleasure of having a conversation with. And that's why, my way of donating has always been with stickers and then eggs. Because God, Brent loves the eggs.
You guys want some eggs?
I have 5 dozen.
I'll give you some eggs.
And he feels bad. He's like, you're not going to eat them? I'm like, I have 5 dozen. Brent, please, for the love of Christ, take them.
Oh my Lord.
I am so done with eggs. But I did the Jeep stuff and the promoted stickers. And I did those for RTX. That was my way of supporting the guys because I couldn't afford to throw money at them. And so that's the thing that people don't understand is you can support streamers in a million different ways.
Yeah.
Sending them a card that just says, hey, I love your face.
Right.
I absolutely adore that.
You guys are awesome. Keep doing what you're doing. It's
I posted on Twitter a while back about pen pals. And I was like, does anybody want to do pen pals with me? I will print memes and send you printed memes. I want pen pals. I want to write to people. I want to legitimately make friendships outside of, a screen. And so we had pen pals. Like, I had people that I would write letters back and forth to. And let me tell you, as a person in general, nothing is more exciting than getting a letter from somebody that's been written or typed that they sent to you. Like, if it's got nothing but just a letter in it, it's just as exciting. Yeah. So I love that. Like, that's the kind of aspect that I love most. Like, you don't have to throw money at my streams, but if you send me a letter, by God, I'm going to love the shit out of it. Like, yeah. Absolutely. I have them all tucked away in my file cabinet. Like, I have a file specifically for cards and letters that people sent me because I genuinely appreciate those so much.
Yeah, like, something I started doing, now granted, you're the only one that's done this, Pickle, but my shelf back there, a lot of it's like my shit that I've collected over the years, but the stuff you've sent me is on there. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's like the poop is over there on the top shelf on the left.
Did I send that?
Yeah.
I'd be the only one that sends poop.
And 11 is hanging off of it from Stranger Things. He sent that. Up above, there's
where's the penis soap?
That's in the bathroom. Yeah. Up above, I have what is that? The guy, Chris Pratt's character from Jurassic Park. I can't think of his name. And Blue, the raptor. I have those underneath Master Chief's head, but apparently my camera shifted, so you can't see them right now.
Oh, I'm looking at the Discord camera. Like, I was like, I can't see any of it, but now I can.
So they're up there, but yeah, it's shit that Owen Grady. There you
go. I absolutely love when people just send me like random cards and stuff.
So like, I would totally display stuff that I have received from people back there, and that's if it ever becomes a thing. I'm not saying, hey, people send me shit.
I'll send you more dick soap. I mean, I have no problem.
Oh yeah, I totally expect more dick soap because
just so happens I have some.
Owen and Blue. Yep.
Owen, that's his name.
Yeah.
I always forget.
I could do a bigger. I mean, I could do this. Wow. That's as big as you're gonna get, I think, because I don't have anything else really set up. But yeah, they're up there, under Master Chief's helmet.
I wondered why you had poop just randomly sitting on a shelf.
Yeah.
I was like, I wasn't gonna ask. I don't judge. I don't kink shame.
Oh God, I really need to reboot that PC again. It's having struggles right now.
Oh, is it struggling?
It's struggling with that transition.
Is it the GPU or is it the processor?
All of the above. It's all the above. It's actually the CPU. It's old. It needs to. I really need to swap the motherboard on it, but that's a project for another day.
I don't remember how much I paid, but I got an MSI motherboard, gaming motherboard for my i7 processor for a really reasonable amount, and it works amazing.
Oh, I have a spare one in the closet. I just need to actually do
I do
the
regret
work.
not getting a solid state drive, though. I got an SSD hybrid, and I do regret that because it works really well, but it's not as fast as a solid state. So it's like in between. So you've got regular hard drive and then a solid state, and the solid state hybrid is kind of like in the middle. So it's not super fast, but it's not super slow. But I do regret that decision, kind of. I also have a regular hard drive that, for some odd reason, we can't get to actually... The computer, like the motherboard, won't acknowledge its existence. So I don't know what's going on with that. I'm hoping it's not a bum hard drive because
Gotcha.
it's brand new. But...
Yes, I do have all the Wing Gundams are under there. I got 5 of those. There's 3 on the top shelf, 1 on the middle, and then 1 on the bottom. Then just some other random shit. But yeah, Blue is on the right side, right underneath Master Chief's helmet, like on the stand.
If you're a Halo fan, Loot Crate Vault, Loot Crate Vault has a lot of stuff on clearance. Like all the stuff from their loot crates that they don't sell, they put in their vault, on their vault site, and they mark it down. And they have like a Halo, it looks like an ammo box.
Oh yeah?
It's really cool. It's, they also had like buttons and pins, key lanyards.
Mention Jurassic Park won't be on anything else for the next 10 minutes. Yeah, it's really tiny though.
It's a little guy.
Very little.
Aww. I was really bummed out that I missed out on RTX this year, last year, because of the bendy and the ink machine setup that they had. Like, the RTX lanyards were bendy in the ink machine.
Oh, yeah?
I was so bummed. Because I'm a huge bendy fan. Huge bendy fan. That game was just so much fun.
Yeah.
And I love the art style. For me, it's an art style. Like, when I look at games, I look at not just the gameplay, but the art style. And that can be a selling point. Like, it could be a mediocre game, but if it's got a really cool art style, I'll love it. Like, I'd love to play Cuphead just for the art. I've heard that that's a really frustrating game, though.
Yeah. So, speaking of games, for maybe the last 15 minutes here, should we maybe talk about games?
Yeah.
Is there anything coming up that, like, you're interested in? Mr. Predman! Wow, that's...
Cuphead is the worst.
What the fuck have you been? Cuphead is the worst.
Yeah, that's why I've hesitated, because I've watched people play it, and it's like...
Yeah,
I'm not ready for my blood pressure to...
Very infuriating.
That's what I hear. Even when you play multiplayer. Pit People is a really fun game. It's a up to two player game. And it's got, I love the art style, but it's like a tabletop game. But it's a lot of fun, and it's got a really funny narrator.
Life can be shit sometimes. Or maybe it's been good, and that's what's kept you away from the computer. I don't know.
Busy good
maybe
or
you're just
busy
getting
bad?
like laid every half an hour for like days. I don't know.
Oh god, that'd be great.
Raw dogging it. But there, going back to my wish list, there are some games on there that I've been looking at now. Board games, actually. The guys and I are going to be playing some board games tonight on my later stream, which we were going to do last night, but it devolved into and the girl.
I was say, what about Lady N?
And it devolved into Golf It, and after Uno, we did the Jackbox Party Pack 5 with the rap battles. And the other thing, the exactly, squeak, squeak, squeaky, squeak.
This is my life.
So Golf It. That's what we did. So instead of doing the games we were gonna do last night, we're gonna do them tonight. It'll be me, Turn Up Lego, and Lady Onion. We'll probably do some tabletop simulator of probably like Settlers of Catan and Betrayal, House on the Hill. Those games usually last a while, so that'll probably take up the entire stream. I don't know if we'll get a third board game in there or not, but it should be interesting. Anyways,
yeah, I look forward to that.
Normally what we play on our in-person board game weekends is a game called Gloomhaven. I know I brought this one up before, but it's actually going to be coming to Steam sometime this year. It's currently listed as single player only. I really hope they don't do single player only, because it's not a single player game.
Maybe just while they're doing early.
Maybe, like, it could be that just Steam doesn't have all the information fully up to date yet. They don't even know how they're going to do it. But yeah, it looks like it could be true to life, representation of video game to, or board game to video game translation. So we'll see how that goes. There's this other one coming out May 10th. Completely off of board games. We're going just back to video games here. It's a top-down. We'll do this. This will be top-down, isometric here. Called Zombie Watch. This is the trailer for this. This will be co-op survival. I like that it's a little different. It'll be top-down. Kind of reminds me of was it Just Survive? No, not Just Survive.
I've been trying to find something like a good tabletop game.
Yeah.
I know that the Chronicles of Quiverdick, the develop, that is a funny game.
That name is amazing.
It is a good game.
Action combat.
What are you doing to that puppy?
Like, this looks like it could be interesting. It's definitely not top of my list, but that flamethrower action. What else is on here that I'm really looking forward to? Rogue Heroes Ruins of Tassos. I threw this one on here. Kind of reminds me of old school Legend of Zelda, like Link to the Past, but it's 4-player co-op with randomized dungeons and it's roguelike. So I mean, this could be fun with a group of people.
Oh, that's interesting.
And really looking forward to this. Apparently you can build up your village and shit. Aw, poor Poppers.
Oh my gosh. What is the issue with him? Hold on, let me mute.
Uno Mageddon. Oh my god, Uno last night was insane. I'd get to me some Jackbox soon and need a Snark release. Looks good, but it's no Quiverdick. Looking forward to Monopoly Swindon Edition. So like if they do this one well, this one looks like it could be a lot of fun. I do like roguelike games because they can be so frustrating, but
sorry.
Looks like it has some sort of you know, survival mechanics to it, where you can build up a village, farm. The art style really brings me back. Legend of Bushwhacking. Did I just see some bushwhacking in there? Again, that's Rogue Heroes, Ruins of Tassos. It looks really fun. Tiny Tanks just looks hilarious and could be very rage-inducing. This would definitely be a party game, stream game. Like, you're just tanks where you blow up the land and shoot each other. I'm looking forward to this one. Looks like it's got some mini games on it. Up to 8 players. All the chaos. That's really loud. And down they go.
I don't know if you saw, they're coming out with a Fazbear's Nightmare game.
Fazbear's Nightmare?
Yeah, it's a early access. They haven't released it yet.
Oh my god.
But you have to
spotted a chicken.
you have to survive, like, it's like 5 hours and you're in the pizzeria kind of thing. But it's, yeah, it looks really interesting. I watched the trailer video for it. It seems like it's going to be a pretty solid game, but they haven't released it yet.
Gotcha. So there's this one, which it's kind of going to be like a battle royale, but it's pirates.
Oh god.
And I'm down. I'm a huge sucker for pirates. I love pirate games.
So have you gone back to Arc Pirates yet? I forget
Atlas?
what it's called.
No, not yet. I'm still giving that one a little more soak to sort their shit out. What was this one called again? Like Treasure Royale or something like that? So, alright, here's some actual gameplay, it looks like. This slow-mo dude busting out his gun there. Like, oh, bayonet! Oh, right in the dick. Out of reach, Treasure Royale. It's like there's very minimal gameplay right there, but it's the spin-off to Out of Reach, Battle Royale style game, which dozens of pirate crews face each other on the open sea, jungle islands, dark caves, navigate your ship, bombard enemies, find gear, and above all, hunt treasure. So it's like, it's not just Battle Royale. Like, it is, but it isn't. It isn't just like, you know, you fight all on land and shit like that. Like, I think there will be naval battle but it isn't coming out till like 2020. Like Battle Royale on pirate ships sounds fun.
I miss kind of like the Black Wake days.
Yeah, Black Wake is good.
Black Wake was fun.
There's this one. This is Valhalla. I think this is like a newer version of Chivalry. You ever play Chivalry? A first-person medieval game?
I've wanted to.
And like, oh, I fucking love Chivalry. That game was so fun. But this one's like, Ragnarok is coming. So I think this is gonna be another maybe Battle Royale, but it's all melee with some like archery. But Ragnarok is coming in, like, the way it comes looks fantastic. Like, shit just gets destroyed. That was a very short... Oh, no, it's still going. Okay. Yeah, there is some archery, but it's primarily melee. I don't know if it's going to be Battle Royale or how they're doing it. But it just looks like a good old meat grinder hack and slash. Like, because Ragnarok is coming, like, gravity fucks off. If this was VR, that would be fucking amazing.
Yeah, there's also, I looked into Last Oasis that's coming in spring, and that one seems to be, like, an interesting game. Pacify. Ugh.
Like another game that was really fun was For Honor, but it kind of died out pretty quick. But like
yeah,
Valhalla,
I noticed that it wasn't.
Just says coming soon. There's not much to it. It's like the place where the best warriors fight to the death. Now it's time for one last battle. Ragnarok is coming.
Hello.
It's all they give us. Oh, it's the poppers.
That's potato. That's potato. That's potato.
And then one last one on my list is Stab, Stab, Stab.
Oh, is that the name of the game?
Yep. Stab, stab, and stab. 8-player mayhem where you're like these little balls with a sharp penis and you stab each other to the death.
With an ultimate sharp penis.
Yeah.
That.
And there's other things that can stab you. You can get mutations where you can like fly and then shoot your penis. And just launching these long shards.
Those are penis shards.
Yep. Stab, stab, stab. Coming
penis
quarter 2.
Power.
So that could also be
kind of like gang beats, but or gang beats.
Gang
or
beast, yeah.
Stick fight.
Stick fight is what I equate that to, yeah. But like you're just a ball with legs and a sharp thing. Apparently they all want the dog to come
wants
there.
the pupper.
Lego's all about the dogs.
Where's Puppy? They want to see the puppy again.
Hold still while I kill you with my pecker. How you doing, Cope? Whew. Getting fucking warm over here.
She's a pain in my ass. Spoiled puppy.
I've also had 2 cups of coffee. I'm drinking this. I got water. Like I am thoroughly hydrated beyond all get out.
Love your little tongue head.
We don't want to see the kid. We want to see the dog.
Oh,
Potato.
That's potato. Jesus, hi. Say hi.
Left.
Just. Oh, you're gonna chew on my stuff.
Oh,
yep.
Careful.
Just got sharp Toby.
Shut.
Oh, she's like, I don't want mom. I want dad.
Sure.
She doesn't. She's like, I see mom all day, every day. I want dad now.
That's the complete opposite of our dog.
Come here, Ani.
Yeah, no, she's like. I am.
Yeah, it's like our dog just is super attached to Elizabeth, but as soon as like she's gone, she's like, okay, well, there's this other human. I suppose I can hang out with that one.
Yeah, she's just and also dad spoils her more, so like I'm not seeing. So she's like, ugh. Yeah, you want Lego wants 3, don't.
Yep.
Don't. It's like having another baby, except for this one.
Lego's got a full-size one.
Oh god.
All
like
grown up.
she has this thing where she likes to eat her poop, and so like we have to watch her. If she poops, we have to like immediately pick it up or she'll eat it. And I'm like, no. Like you can't eat your food twice. Like that's not how it works.
Yeah, it looks like a German Shepherd. Is it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
German Shepherd Puppo, she's 8 weeks.
Our dog is 9 years old.
Yeah, she does not like the chickens.
The poop phase.
We took her outside to meet the chicken.
You missed the puppy.
And she hated she's like, no. Like, she whined when Chris went to the chicken coop and left her just like a few feet away. She was just like, no, Dad, it's dangerous.
Just keep her busy with food, and she stopped.
But the more she eats, the more she poops. That's my problem. Like, I'd love to just
It was delicious the first time. Second
food.
time, still delicious.
Like, we found that she will eat and eat and eat and eat. Like, she will not stop eating. So yeah. Oh no, yeah, we take her. Yeah, we know the routine now, so we know when she's going to like be in the house. She'll do this little sniff thing, and so what we'll do is we'll immediately pick her up and run her outside. So my day consists of taking her down the steps, bringing her up the steps, taking her down. Like, I get a cardio all day. So by Friday, my body hurt so bad. I woke up Saturday and I'm like, Chris, everything hurts. I'm dying. Like, I can't do this. I can't do this. Please don't make me. So, right. See, that's what people say about kids, though. Like, oh, babies. And then I think back on all the over the 3 a.m. feedings, and that's what this one is. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. She has to go potty. Dad takes her out because
exactly.
She makes that noise. Like, she will whine when she doesn't get her way. If you don't pick her up, she'll whine. If you pick her up, she'll whine. If you don't let her out of the gate, she'll whine.
German Shepherds are incredibly vocal. Lego can attest to this.
Oh, and that's fine. She loves noise. That's what I love about her is most puppies, like, you have to kind of tiptoe around the house. Her, if it's quiet, she can't sleep. And she gets really upset. So she loves noise. So like if I want to go outside, I'll put on Adventure Time, and she'll lay on her puppy bed, and she'll just hang out with Adventure Time.
Nice.
Like, I don't like using the TV as a nanny, but in her case, like, doing it. Because she is, But she, like, Chris snores, and piss her off. Right? No, his snoring keeps her sleeping.
Nice.
Amazing. Like, and then the training is, we've already started that. We've got the harness and the leash, and we've taught her, we kennel train, or we kennel and potty train, and do the leash and the harness.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of work. Puppies are a lot, but my husband, he signed up for it.
Yeah.
Come weekends and when he's home, like, that's on him. So, teach the pupper to close doors. I'm gonna teach her to ring a bell when she needs to go potty.
Yeah, that's a good one.
My mom taught her mini doxies to do that.
Chickens to ride the dog when it's big.
I wanted to get a baby bunny to do that, so that I could have a baby bunny riding a German Shepherd. Could you imagine? Like, that would just be so.
All right. Well, I think how long have we been going?
Thanks for the advice, Lego. Yeah, I wanted to teach her commands in Spanish.
Hour and 52 minutes, but that's also, we had like a 45 minutes before when my PC shit out.
Well, you're streaming tonight, so I don't want to keep you late, because you're gonna go back to stream. You're gonna be streaming here in a little while.
Yeah, wife and I need to go get lunch, and
I have to take Tiny Satan on a dinner date. He says lunch date for dinner. I have a date with the cutest kid, even though he is a pain in my ass. I thought about teaching it commands in German. But,
Give me applause. Sounds like you're commanding it to do genocide.
I had a friend who had a German Shepherd that only German. So they're really smart dogs. But she is full bred. She's not papered though. We didn't really care about papers. But it was a friend of mine up the road is a former sheriff's deputy. So she has two German Shepherds. She tries to keep them separated during heat. I told her, I said, just neuter the male and you will thank yourself.
Yeah.
But they ended up having another litter too. So she was like, "You want a puppy?" And I was hoping that Chris would tell me no, but he was like, "Sure." And I was like,
"Absolutely."
Fuck. Like, you're supposed to be the voice of reason. He was not the voice of reason. So now we have a puppy. It's fun though. Like, I put her in the banana pajamas. Cute, but now she's too fat. She's a potato for sure with fluff. But yeah, puppies are great. They're just a pain in the ass, but you train them right, and yeah, they're amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But work.
Yep, a lot of work, a lot of responsibility. I think so. Make you work. That's fine. All right, guys. I think this seemed like a good spot. Something's going on with me. I don't know, but yeah, I think good and productive. I'm gonna try and get this get the entire VOD here and get that uploaded to YouTube. So if nobody was here now, then we can go watch it there.
Yeah.
So that way they don't have to be a sub to watch my VODs. So.
And they can watch the puppy all over again.
They can do that too. Yeah.
I try to post as many puppy pictures on Twitter as I can, but I don't like to be that like obsessive puppy mom. So, like, I try to post other things too, like penis things. Like you get some puppy and then you get penis. Good balance.
Exactly. All right, guys.
Like, I want puppy cam. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll get an extra webcam and then during my stream.
Just say I pointed at the dog bed, yeah.
Yeah, puppy cam. It'll be fun.
I've wanted to try and get a harness back thing and a wireless camera, so it's like a third-person view of my dog's head, and where she's going,
During stream.
Yeah, it's just a little camera of where she's going. It'll mostly just be her laying in a bed for most of it, but
my dog would chew it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for hanging out. Go visit Pickle's channel.
Or don't.
Follow Pickle. Follow here if you haven't. Follow us on Twitter. We're all there.
So we're not doing this every week. We're doing this every other week.
Every other week.
Not next weekend, but the weekend after. It'll be on my channel.
Yes.
And then we just keep trying to switch it up. Hopefully we'll have more topics other than me stuffing my face with chocolate and global warming. We covered a lot today. We covered
we went
weather,
around, yeah.
Credit card debt.
Yep.
We did some serious adult conversation.
Yeah.
Which is not a bad thing because some people need that adult advice.
Yeah.
80% of adults in the continent US, could use adult advice.
Yeah. So we did the thing. We did a public service today, I think.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, everybody. All right, guys. Well, I will see you here later, maybe. I don't know what time. Maybe in a couple hours. 5 p.m. my time. 6 p.m. Pickle's time. Taxes. Yeah.
I'm waiting till they release 1K paper. After 28.
Yeah. Thanks, guys, for being here. Thanks for hanging. We'll get this put on YouTube at some point, somewhere. And,
I didn't show this. There you go. I did it.
You did it.
I did it. It'll never happen again. It's always looking a potato.
And the whole thing, yeah. Well done, Rex.
Have a good ass.
Yes, everybody, have a good ass. And yeah, we'll see you guys in a few hours and have another podcast here in a couple weeks. Have a good one, everybody. We'll see you later. Bye.